Hey, I'm Andy Aledort. In this edition of In Deep, I'd like to go back to looking at arpeggios. About a year ago, I did 3 columns that went into arpeggio studies, and they were based on triads, major and minor triadic shapes. To review, a triad is a 3-note chord. It's thought of as the simplest chord of all. If you're in the key of A, a major triad is made up of the root, the third, and the fifth. So in the key of A, C sharp, and E, A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, E. And those are all triads. And if you played arpeggiated triads, you would get, and there's a variety of ways to play that. So what I'd like to do this time is go from the 3-note form, which is a triad, to a 4-note form, which is the major 7th. The way a triad is formed is you're playing every other note in the first 5 notes of a major scale. So A major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to play every other note. Instead of playing 1, 2, we're just going to go 1, 3. And then instead of playing 3, 4, we're going to play 3, 5. So you have 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. And that's a major triad. And those intervals, the notes, are thought of as being thirds apart. Now when you go from E to A, though, that's a 4th. But starting from the root, those are thirds. So if you were to continue another interval of a third after the 5th, you'd have the major 7th. So again, like the major scale, we're going to leave out the 2nd, the 4th, and the 6th. So you're leaving out the even numbers. You're going to go 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, all odd numbers. So a good way to practice that is to do triplets. So slower. So I started on the major 7th for that one. That was on the root, starting on the 3rd. Starting on the 5th. And then you're back to starting on the root. And I like that position so I could get my pinky bar in there. And then this last one is a little bit unusual. And you could continue up the board. Now another thing you can do is instead of just playing and then again, you can continue playing thirds into the 2nd octave. So what happens is all the intervals that you left out in the 1st octave, 2, 4, 6, they're going to appear in the 2nd octave as 9, 11, 13. So we go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, back to 1. So like that. And one thing that's cool about that is you get in this sound here, sounds like an E ninth chord that's going to resolve to A. So You can think of that as B minor as well. So it creates a little bit of a different sound. You could do it here. So if we do our triplet figures based on that form, so these are all great forms and great ways to practice playing through the full, you could call it a 13th chord. It's really the major 7th chord with all the upper tensions or upper extensions added to it.